welcome back. My name is Lexi Jong, and here I like to talk about luxury makeup. And every other week we do a video called Nailed It with a question mark. And that is because I don't typically nail these challenges, but the idea is that we have a look for inspiration and you can mimic it or you can redesign it, whatever, but you're using it as a source of inspiration to create your own look. The only rule is that you are not allowed to buy any new makeup for this look. So you have to use things that you currently own. And this is a great way to figure out how to repurpose some things. So the Nailed It series was started, thanks to my friend Couture, who's one of my subscribers here. And, she came up with this idea and it ended up turning into this Nailed It series. So we have several other YouTubers participating in the Nailed It challenge now, and I do have all of their videos linked down below in the description box. So I encourage you all to check out their channels and let them know that I sent you. If you yourself would like to participate in a Nailed It challenge, all you need to do is message me on Instagram or send me a picture in some way of the look, and I would be happy to include it in the next video so that we can showcase your looks that you created. Now, I personally find the Nailed It challenges really fun to play with. So for this week's challenge, we have a foiled winged eyeshadow look. So it's not really a winged eyeliner look, it's a winged eyeshadow look, which is what I think makes this one really unique. As you can see, I used it as a source of inspiration, but I did change the colors to something that I was more interested in wearing. And we're gonna go ahead and get started on that in just a second. Real quickly, I just wanted to mention though that the Nailed It series has typically been on Fridays. So every other Friday we have an episode, but for 2021, we are moving the series to Sundays. So every other Sunday, there will be a Nailed It episode. And on those off Sundays, I will be doing my brush series on this channel. So a bunch of brushes. So if you are interested in either of those, be sure to check out Sunday videos on my channel. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on this. Okay, so I had started to film this eye look and I had used the Hourglass Veil Eye Primer. And when I started using the foiled eyeshadow on top of that, the primer started balling up. So I just went and washed everything off and we're gonna start fresh. And I'm just gonna use Evian spray water this time. I was using Inglot Durline and I don't know whether it was the primer or the Durline or what, but it was definitely the primer that was balling up. So I'm gonna stay away from the primer and the Durline for now. We'll just use water to foil the eyeshadow. And we're gonna go ahead and use the Chantecaille Holiday Luminescent Eye Shades. So we're gonna start off, I'm going to use Zebra all over the lid, and then we'll use Crane on the edges. So we're gonna start off a little bit with the shape of the lining. So we're gonna start off with the Surratt Petite Concealer Brush, and this is not wet. I'm just going to get a little bit of this shape, and we'll go back in with this later. Just wanna make sure I angle everything up enough. So I just want a little bit of an outline here. So for all over the lid, I wanted to use a small crease brush. So we're gonna use the one I was using before. This is the mini booster from the Sonia G Kayaki set, and it's undyed goat hair. And I wiped off the brush, but again, I did use this with the Durline before. Now I'm just spraying it with some Evian water. So it's nice and damp, and we're gonna go into the Chantecaille Zebra. And I'm just getting this all over the brush. And we're gonna start in the inner corner. See how this builds onto the lid. Maybe I need to go in with this dry first and then coat it with a foiled shadow. Let's try that. So I'm gonna take the mini booster from the Sky set and I'm going into a dry part, and we'll put this on dry first, and then I'll go back in with the wet brush. But I just wanna have that base color. All right, so there is my base color. I'm gonna go back in and dampen the brush. All right, and now I just added a little bit more pigment, and I'm just gonna kind of follow the curve. So at least I can dampen everything that's on the eye as well and get a little bit more of that foil look. All right. So I just checked the photo and it looks like this actually curls up at the end. I didn't realize that. I guess it's really more of a video clip than a photo. So let's just curve that a little bit more. It's like almost touching the end of her brow. Now I'm just going to take the Crane shadow again with the Petite concealer brush, and I'm just going to sharpen the edges here of the little wing. So I think that's a shape. I do want to clean up a little bit right here. So I'm going to use this microfiber cloth. It's a little big, so I'm not sure how well it'll work, but I don't have anything with me right now. So I'm just going to, got wet with some water, and I'm just going to swipe that a bit. All right, and then to finish the makeup look, she has rosy pink cheeks and pink lip gloss, it looks like. So I'm going to finish that. Let's see what we should use. First, I'm gonna powder my face a little bit. I'm gonna use the Cusion Brightening Moisture Powder. This is the Rephr 25, and I'm just gonna do a light dusting. And for blush, I'm using the Chanel Rose Petillant. This came out during the spring collection, and I don't think it's available here in the States anymore, but it might still be available in Canada because this is one that they did the limited edition red packaging on. Here in the States, we had different shades used for the limited edition packaging, and I believe those are still around in some places. By the way, this is the Surratt cheek brush that I'm using. And for lip gloss, I am using Divine Rose from Pat McGrath. This is one of the little minis. And I don't really see highlight on her face. I can see shiny spots from lighting, but I don't actually see like particles that would be necessarily a highlight. However, I do think I need a little something. So let's go in with the Guerlain stick highlight in the shade Nude. And I'm just gonna add a touch of this here. And here, and a little bit under the brow here. And, you know, she's got like highlighted spots like right here in the center of her face, which just makes me think that she has a bright light shining in the center of her face. So I'm not going to add any additional highlight there. I think this is it. So let me move you out. So this is my look from a distance. I added one coat of the Chantecaille Faux Seal Longest Lash Mascara, and this is everything. So I actually think I did okay with this. You know, I do have a different eye shape, and obviously I've got a lot of fine lines and everything around my eyes. So it's not gonna look as smooth and perfect as hers did, but think of the general shape. This wasn't particularly hard eye look to do, you know. The biggest problem that I had was getting the foiling to work, which is why I had to restart. But again, I'm going to have to look more into that. I really think it was the Hourglass Veil Eye Primer, and it probably just had an issue with the Inglot Duraline. So I feel like the two of them were just not compatible, and that's what caused the bubbling up. So thankfully, you know, I think it turned out okay after all, and this is everything. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out the other participants in the Nailed It Challenge. All of their videos are linked down below in the description box. And if you are interested in participating in these, just send me a photo and I will include it in the next video. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider joining our family here, and Happy New Year. So thank you so much and have a great day. Stay safe and healthy.